Bill Hanshaw here again, your friendly local constitutional coop from California. And I've just discovered some exciting new information here that you'll learn all about that I think are going to be a big help in taking out homeowners associations and doing it in their own corrupt courts. Many of just how serious this problem is, but don't understand why. And I agree with you, and it's not your fault because they don't teach us a damn thing in the mandatory public education system, do they? But when you learn the truth, a lot of facts come out, any one of them defeat the HOA even in their corrupt administrative tribunals, let alone a judicial court to which you have the right from day one. For more information, send me an email, uwinnincourt@gmail.com. And what you find out, among other things, is that these HOAs, to which you can't be forced to join, by the way, you have an unlimited power to contract, secured by Article 1, Section 10, and or the Ninth Article of Amendment 2, the Constitution for the United States, 1787 to 1791. Now, you bring those issues and get away from the due process bullshit and all that 14th Amendment nonsense. Now we have a real chance to do it because they're going to learn these HOAs don't even have any legal standing in their administrative tribunals. And that's what they are. They're not courts of any type. You go in there, that's a default judgment against you no matter what you do and how well you do it. And that's what has to stop. And in a lot of other areas too. It isn't just HOAs, it's mortgage banks, for example, evictions, child procurement syndicate, you name it. To learn more, send me an email, uwinnincourt@gmail.com, about my modestly priced constitutional defense document packets and the issues we have now and the window of opportunity we have now. But with Trump in office, who knows a lot of this, Pam Bondi, the Attorney General, and the U.S. Supreme Court that not only knows, they're sounding more and more exactly like me in making their decisions. And what I'm hoping is at the end of the term this June, we're going to get some turnover on the court, 2 or maybe 3 retirements. And that's a major big deal sign if that happens, because if they don't do it now, Trump may not get any appointments pending further political events and the election, quote unquote, of 2026, where they could lose control of the Senate. So it's really exciting stuff. And their instincts are right about this. They're being royally screwed over here. You have real property rights, and these agents of our agents in the form of homeowners associations got nothing. And I think we can take them out early on, and at one and the same time send them, among other documents you'll get from me, is what I call my love letter to these homeowners associations, telling you to get out of Dodge now, withdraw all the paperwork, stop the case, and oh, by the way, get your checkbook out for a huge payment, because not only you, but all the official actors you work with, most of them are state bar association attorneys, have committed what you'll learn are multiple acts of treason to the Constitution. And that's what we want back. The original intent of those racist framers, and our Republican form of government of defined and limited powers. It wasn't a perfect government, but the best one ever invented. We want it back. We have creator endowed rights, and everybody will have creator endowed rights except for artificial LLC entities, Inc., agents of our agents. So it's really, really exciting news here. And it's spelled out simply. I don't use a lot of legalities or anything like that, but we say it with attitude and with authority. That's how good it is, and they never answer. And these bastards have the burden of proof, by the way, on jurisdiction and venue, even if you don't challenge it. If you're in a judicial court, and that's not where we are, if you were, they'd have to prove it And if they didn't, a neutral magistrate would have to throw it out, maybe even with prejudice to the cause, because they can't state a claim upon which relief can be granted. That's what we have to get back to and respect our property rights, our lives, our creator endowed inalienable rights. To learn more, send me an email, uwinnincourt@gmail.com. The good news just won't stop coming here. And like I say, the Supreme Court is sounding more and more exactly like me. And oh, by the way, I have what looks like the biggest win in the history of the U.S. Supreme Court, albeit unofficially to be sure. But my friend from a Midwest case has been home now almost 11 months, and he got a maximum sentence of 3 to 15 years for being a meth addict, which is not even a crime, for crying out loud. And we filed a lot of paperwork which you're going to get, and you'll be doing the same thing, unopposed. And in that case, we even have a clerk of court suspending the writ of habeas corpus, the non-statutory federal writ. By the way, forget about that 28 USC 2254 fucking habeas corpus. That's nothing more than a war enactment of the 39th Congress, another war enactment. And you probably aren't in the armed forces, are you? So you'll learn all about that too. Send me an email, uwinnincourt@gmail.com, and they get our love letter, otherwise known as a settlement demand. It's a major big deal because if we get one case decided against these HOAs on the record, especially in my former hometown of Washington, D.C., with the 9 parts, it's going to put them all out of business and they'll become homeless, and we'll see how the hell they like it. But that's what goes on here. If you know what to do, when to do it, and how to do it. And I've been granted a divine gift in this area. I don't know how I got it, but I have it. By the way, you might want to watch a real good movie on that by Ron Howard called A Beautiful Mind, about John Nash, different era, different specialty, but the situation is strikingly similar. You know, I just have what I have. It's a lot more than memories. It's a lot more than connecting dots. It's just what I can do off the top of my head, like I'm talking to you right now. No notes, no nothing. Don't need them. And that's why we'll never see a jury, because they can't have me talking to a jury like I'm talking to you. That's going to be a default judgment in your favor, exactly as it should be. That's what's really exciting here. We can get back to that. And best of all, you can teach your children and your posterity so they don't get caught up in all this bureaucratic bullshit to start with. And that's what happened to you, by the way. They never made a full disclosure of all the terms and agreements of the condition of the contract. And even if there was one, there isn't one. And you'll find out a lot more about that too. Send me an email, uwinnincourt@gmail.com, and I will get back to you promptly. And you're going to love what's going on here. It's going to change a lot of lives and potentially change the course of American history. We do this and get back to our original government. You know, that was so much better. And by the way, I'm a refugee from the mid-19th century. I don't know how the hell I got here. From March 4th, 1857. I know the exact date, but I got to ask Elon Musk and Bill Gates about the other part. But it is what it is, and I know what I know, and I can help you. And in a lot of areas, it's very inexpensive. You know, we get paid off when we get a big settlement. You know, I'll get a percentage of that, and it's going to be a huge one. You know, 7, maybe 8 figures, or mid 8 figures to the left of the decimal point, with all the acts of treason that these bastards have committed, and they get away with it all the time because no one knows what to do. So that said, send me an email, uwinnincourt@gmail.com. Subscribe, like the video, tell your friends, get the word out. The quicker we take action, the quicker we get these bastards off our backs. Thank you.